I've said in many of my writings that the National Democratic Front, especially its militant arm, the New People's Army, has been instrumental in many social changes in our country. There may be a difference in ideology and approach, but we are united in one. We are united against the dictatorship. My position is very clear. If we will succeed in overthrowing the dictatorship, we should allow every voice and every idea to ventilate their views in the public market. We should legalize the Communist Party of the Philippines and give them exactly the same forum to expound on their ideas. We should legalize the Communist Party of the Philippines and give them exactly the same forum to expound on their ideas.
But my point is, if I were the president now, I would have taken advantage of the offer of the Communist Party of the Philippines to join the Batasan. You know, Teddy, very sincerely, I think the president should consider legalizing the Communist Party of the Philippines so that they will be above ground. Give them an opportunity to discuss this openly, provided they disavow their aim to overthrow the government by force and violence. That's the only situation where I will not agree with them. But provided they are willing to abide by the rules of our political ballgame, the president should allow them to come in this parliamentary form. We have a Communist Party in France, a Communist Party in Italy, a Communist Party even in Japan. Why should we not allow these people?
Ang unahing dahilan ay yung Plaza Miranda bombing. Nagkakaroon kami ng mga discussion group to discuss yung dialectical materialism, historical materialism. Si Joma yung sa amin, nag-lecture. Yung ideological basis ng aming pinaglalaban. Teorya ni Joma, we don't have to wait for these revolutionary leaps in the process of historical development. But we can create the situation ourselves. Maliit pa lang yung movement. So, how can we create that parang revolutionary tide, yung elections? Mm-hmm. Nationalista versus Liberal Party. This was 1971. Anyway, sabi niya, the Liberal Party and the Nationalista Party are like two sides of the same coin. Mm-hmm. They are both parties of the elite. Mm-hmm. They are both parties of the ruling class, our enemy class. So kung pag-awayin natin to, it will benefit the revolution as a whole. Supposing may mangyaring incident sa yung meeting de avance ng isang partido, mag-aaway yung dalawa. So pag nag-aaway yung dalawang naghaharing uri na partido, it will weaken the ruling class as a whole and hasten their downfall. The Liberal Party will accuse the Nationalista Party naman will adopt repressive measures against the Communist Party because tayong i-blame yan. And the greater the repression, the greater will be the resistance. Lalong, yun ang magkikreate ng revolutionary leap in the process of historical development. Mm-hmm. Because the greater the repression by the government, dadami ang rebelde. At that time, kukunti lang kami, mga 9 na squad lang kami. Tapos, ito yung parating yung armas. Na ilang libo yun? Mahigit 2,000, 2,200. Okay?
Yung mga smuggled na armas na...
Yung sa galing sa China. Mm-hmm. Okay? Kasi, naplano na rin yung pagdating ng armas eh. Pero, ang problema, walang hahawak ng armas.
Walang sundalo.
At yun nga ang nangyari. After the Plaza Miranda bombing, anong nangyari? Marcos declared the suspension of the writ of habeas corpus. Ang daming mga pinaguhuli. Ang daming nagtakbuhan underground. Even Edgar Hobson, na moderate, sumama sa Communist Party. Sumama sa movement. Sumama sa armed struggle.
What was your role inside?
Ako yung sasalubong ng mga armas.
Ikaw rin ang gumawa ng
Yung karagatan.
military training. Ng mga,
Oo.
Ikaw rin ang gumawa
Yes.
ng NPA. Ng mga
Yung military training ng NPA kami. Ako.
Ikaw yung
Nagplano. Yeah.
So therefore, yung training nila ay galing sa knowledge mo.
Yeah.
That was your role.
Yes.
Hindi ka sang-ayon dun sa Plaza Miranda bombing. Ano
So,
pa?
nangyari. Nangyari yung Plaza Miranda bombing. Nangyari yung teorya ni Joma. That is the brilliance of Joma.
Yung revolutionary leap na
Yeah.
sinasabi.
Na-predict niya yung mga mangyayari. Kaya lang, it's a different kind of brilliance. May pagkakuan dahil ginamitan ng act of terror. Like the bombing of the Liberal Party meeting de Avance in August 21, 1971.
So tama si Marcos, kayo nga.
Yeah.
Mali yung Liberal Party
Yes.
na si Marcos.
Yes. I was then newly elected or appointed as a member of the Central Committee ng Communist Party of the Philippines. So, nagkaroon kami ng plenum sa Zambales, December 1975. Gusto kong ilabas yung mga criticism ko at that time. And one of them is the Plaza Miranda bombing. Yung isang immediate kung bakit ako umalis. These two parties na naglalaban at that time, sabi ni Joma, they're one and the same. They're two sides of the same coin. Pareho namang mga partido yan ng mga ruling class, ng mga exploiting class. If we can create an incident that will make the contradictions between these two parties that are one and the same, if we can create an antagonistic contradiction that will make them fight each other, it will make our revolution easier because it will weaken the ruling class as a whole and hasten their downfall. Sabi niya, history based on historical materialism. History does not advance following a straight line or an inclined plane. It is like a stairway na in the process of historical development, may mga revolutionary leaps na nangyayari. Ang theory ni Joma na diniscuss namin is that we don't have to wait for those revolutionary leaps to develop. Kinakailangan, as vanguard of the revolution, we should create conditions to make those revolutionary leaps a reality.
Ang Plaza Miranda bombing ay bahagi lamang ng isang seri ng kampanya na ginawa ng CPP. Ito yung bahagi na sinasabi naming Oakland Big Leap Forward. Ang Plaza Miranda bombing actually para palitawin at ma-isolate si Marcos sa mamayang Pilipino. Dahil ng panahon yun wala mang ibang paghinalaan kundi siya. May sinulat akong ilan ang namatay diyan Si Salonga, yung dating Senate President, nabulag yan. Si Larde, naputol ang paa. Pero ang talagang layunin yan mapasama ng gusto si Marcos.
The Liberal Party will accuse the Nacionalista Party headed by then President Marcos. Ano naman ang magiging reaction ni Marcos? President Marcos will of course blame us, and it will force the hand of President Marcos to take repressive measures against us. Ang theory ni Joma, the greater the repression, the greater will be the resistance. So, the more paghuhulihin yung mga aktivista, the more people will go underground.
Itinago ito at pinilit na ilihim. At maging sa mga ordinaryong membro ng kilusan, walang nakaalam. Pero mahigpit na patakaran dito na sino man ang magsabi ng kinalaman natin sa Plaza Miranda ay may pinakamataas na kaparusahan. So nailihim to. Pero dumating ang panahon na nang nasa Isabela na, nagkukukwento na itong si Danny Cordero na siya raw yung pinagkakatiwalaan ni Joma at katotohanan nga ay siya ang pinagkatiwalaan na maghagis ng Granada. So ako bilang kinatawan ng Komite Sentral at ng Military Commission sa Northern Luzon, pinatawag ko siya at lahat ng kader, nagbuha ko ng military court para ikikin siya. Pero pinanindigan niya na talagang sila ang naghagis ng Granada sa utos ni Joma. Sabi nga niya, nandito yung mga kasama, tinutukoy niya si Daniel, isang political officer namin sa ano yan, sa Company A.
Eh nung nasentensyahan siya ng bitay, yung dalawang kasama niya, disciplinary action, ang sabi ni Danny Cordero, wala, I have not done anything wrong against the party. In fact, pinagkatiwalaan ako ng partido sa isang mahalagang masela na mission. Nung tinanong siya kung anong mission yun, sabi niya, ako yung pinahagis ng Granada sa Plaza Miranda. Eh, lalo siyang binitay. At ang nagpabitay, inutusan na mag-execute sa kanya, si Kabinig, na nag-o-oppose sa decision.
Kami ni na Jose Maria Sison, kami bumuo ng tinatawag ng Youth and Students Bureau ng PKP, HMB, EA. Ang ibig sabihin nun, Partido Komunista ng Pilipinas. Hukbog mapagpalaya ng bayan, ito yung Army. Ang United Front niya, ang Democratic Alliance. Okay? Pero under that, tinayo namin yung Kabataang Makabayan. Nakakapaglunsad kami at nakapagtayo kami ng maraming chapters sa iba't ibang mga eskwelahan, mga masigla. Yun ang tinatawag na pagbubuo, yun ang pinaka-background ng pagbubuo ng tinatawag na First Quarterstone, unang sigwa noong mga 1970 na talagang grabe ang mga demonstrasyon. Umaabot doon ang demonstrasyon ng mga 250,000. Hindi katulad ngayon, pag nakaipon sila ng 50, sa 500, o 1,000, malaking demonstrasyon yun. So, masasabi mo na talagang there was really an upsurge of consciousness.
So, both groups went to the Congress building, nag-demonstrate sila. Malaking demonstration nila. And umakyat si Marcos, surrounded by security, and after he finished his State of the Nation, siyempre yung mga estudyante, parang silang take on the State of the Nation. Talaga. Increase poverty, pataas yung mga presyo, yung gasolina, naging kulang, yung pagkain, mas mahal ngayon. So, similar to what we have today. So, there were issues that were felt by everybody. So, sinasabi, ito yung totoong State of the Nation. At hindi yung sinasabi sa loob. So, when he went out, talagang nagkaroon ng very tense moments. And the police were not trained to disperse that kind of crowd. Very angry in crowd. Galit na sila. So the police eventually tried to disperse the crowd. Binugbog sila. And because of that very violent dispersal, ng mga namatay at maraming nasugatan, January 30, 1970, yung mga estudyante na gano'n naman. sana naman sila. And they made it a point to try to attack Malacanang. So dito nagiging very important yung Mendiola. Kasi yung Mendiola, if you cross Mendiola, may river, may konting creek doon. At pag natawid mo yung creek na yan, parang victory na for the opposition. And in fact, not only did they cross the creek, nakakuha sila o na-capture nila yung isang fire truck, and they were able to bring it all the way to Malacanang, one of the gates. Sisirain na sana nila yung gate na yun. And dito nagkaroon ng violent dispersal na naman. The police, again, naming binugbog, tear gas, and the pictures of that violent dispersal were very, very serious. Kasi pinapakita ng unarmed students, yung binubugbog, yung transfer sila, talagang pinapalo, nila aresto sila, nasa jeep na sila, and then binubugbog pa sila. So, that was very strong use of power.
Yun ang pangyari, nakatulong doon sa mga, lalo nung mga naging aktivista na, natatangay na sa propaganda ng komunista, nag-deklara si Marcos ng martial law, kaya siyang naging pangunahing recruiter namin. Pinakamalaking recruiter sa NPA. Kasi nga, hinuhuli, hinukulong. Lalo kung lantad ka na aktivista, wala ka pagpipilian kung di tumakbo sa bundok. Dahil alam mo, may NPA na pupuntahan ka. Kaya nga sabi noon basta may hukbo, ang tao kikilos. Nung panahon yun, kung inabot nyo na, lahat yung magsasabi sa yung walang ibang landas para tanggalin si Marcos sa kapangyarihan, kundi armadong pakibangan. So, makita mo yung bilis ng pagulad namin. No? Ang NPA nagsimula sa maliit na lugar sa Tarlac, ng Isabela, then naging sa buong Pilipinas na kami. Ganong kabilis yun. At halos hindi ka maniwala na inabot na yung libo-libo mula sa ilan. Pero ang Plaza Miranda bombing ay isa lamang pagpapakita sa tanong ng ni Choi Enlai sa inihiling namin tulong na pinansyal at armas noon. Sabi niya, umiral na ba ang revolutionary situation sa Pilipinas? Dahil mapapahiwalay si Marcos at ang mamamayan, makikita nilang walang ibang kalutasan sa problema kundi armadong pakibaka para ibagsak si Marcos. Kasunod dito, ginawa namin yung panlakay sa Sport Lawin kay Tag Isabela. So, inatak namin yung dalawang helicopter doon, mga truck at maraming napinsala.
And so my friends, on August 4, not against my better judgment, I spoke in New York and I told Mr. Marcos, believe me, Mr. President, that if you do not lift your martial law, bombs will be bursting in Manila. Believe me, Mr. President, that if you do not lift your martial law, bombs will be bursting in Manila. Bombs will be bursting in Manila. Mr. Marcos called me insane. You know what he said? He should not have had his heart operation. He should have had his head operated. He did not listen to me. But I felt it was my duty, and as I said, I promised I will not speak out against the Marcos regime. But national interest now dictates that I must warn Mr. Marcos for the last time. I will walk the last mile to prevent this carnage. But if Mr. Marcos will not listen, so be it. And as you very well know, bombs exploded in the city. And as you very well know, bombs exploded in the city. Bombs exploded in the city. August, September, and October, and Mr. Marcos made me the mud bomber. I am not threatening Mr. Marcos. I am only reiterating my word of advice. If they do not increase the freedoms in our country, then I'm afraid that bombs will burst again. I'm afraid that bombs will burst again.